Hey guys, welcome back to Up to Par Golf. Today we are going to be playing the front 9 of Mountain View Golf Course, which is a par 36 with a course rating of 34.8 and a slope rating of 121. This footage was recorded 1 week after the previous video. At the time of this recording, I am a 20 handicap and today's target score is going to be 9 over par. We are going to be trying to follow not a scratch golfer's keys to single digit golf, which include keeping it in play off the tee, keep it tidy within 100 yards, and have good course management. To start us off on hole number 1, the absolute worst thing you could possibly do is miss right. I set my tee shot up the best I could to miss left. I'm okay being in the rough as long as it's still in play. We find ourselves in a good position about 100 yards out from the green on our second shot. Unfortunately, my wedge game is not my strongest suit, and I missed the green just a little bit to the left. If you guys watched the previous video, you could clearly see that greenside chipping was definitely a weakness of mine. Due to some awesome tips and comments from you guys, I was able to figure out what to work on, and the practice has paid off. Even though I didn't hit the green from 100 yards out, I still kept it tidy within 100 yards, which saved my up and down for par. Hole number 2 is a straightforward par 3. You don't want to miss left here as there is a sand bunker, and you don't want to miss far as the rough is very thick back there and the whole green runs away from you. Luckily, I was able to hit a really good tee shot, ending just 8 feet away from the flag, giving me a real shot at birdie. I was not able to knock that in, but tap-in pars are always a good thing. Hole number 3 is a 360-yard par 4, just a little bit of dogleg to the right. This is hands down one of the best drives I have ever hit on this hole. If you guys have made it this far, please consider leaving a like and subscribing down below.
That's not far from the green, dude.
I played my strengths here and decided to go for a bump and run. The greenside chipping practice is still paying off,
Checked up a bit.
and I find myself with another opportunity at a birdie. After missing the last birdie opportunity, I was not about to let this one slide. I knock it down and somehow I find myself at -1 through 3. Coming up to hole number 4, I'm feeling unstoppable. I'm still trying to think about the hole strategically. Missing left is okay. Missing right is not an option as there are a lot of trees and houses. But yet again, I hit another good one and find myself in the middle of the fairway. I strike my second shot well, just missing the green a little bit to the left. The greenside chip came up a little bit short, but it is still a vast improvement over the last video. Somehow we find ourselves at -1 through 4, and we are on to the first par 5. I'm still able to continue my streak of hitting really good drives. Unfortunately, I wouldn't be a 22 handicap if all good things didn't come to an end. I make my first mistake here by deciding to go for the hero shot, trying to hit the green on 2. There's really not many obstacles that I could have hit, but somehow I decided to hit the one remaining tree on the right side of the fairway. So I do my best to punch one out with my 7-iron, and somehow I get really lucky and it rolls out of the sand pit. I accidentally put a little bit too much mustard on my chip shot, giving me a tough look for a par. The mistakes are starting to pile up, which in turn causes even more mistakes. We end hole number 5 with a double bogey. The mistakes of the previous hole carry over onto my tee shot. My second shot was not great, going almost straight up and not getting very far. Though I missed pretty far to the left on my third shot, I'm finally starting to find some ground again, making solid contact. Luckily, my greenside chipping practice has really paid off, and even though I didn't make it, it secures my bogey. Keeping it tidy within 100 yards definitely shaved a few strokes off of this hole. Hole number 7 is a par 4 with a dogleg to the right, and the tee is pretty blocked by trees on the right hand side. Typically, the smarter shot here is to play an iron and play it safe and just hit one out in the fairway. I decided that my driving has been pretty good, and I decided to go for a nice butter fade, which I end up hitting perfectly, finding myself 100 yards out again and do my best to keep this one tidy. I hit a good distance, just pushed it a little bit to the right. I hit a pretty decent putt off the fringe, giving me about 4 feet, which I unfortunately just barely miss. giving me a bogey for hole number 7. Hole number 3 is the bane of my existence. There are a lot of opportunities here to be in a penalty zone. There's a canal to the left, and there's the road to the right. Luckily, I ended up catching a piece of dirt just by the tree in the back. My flat stick starts to make a bit of a return here as I make a very good long putt. Mainly because I was able to keep it in play, I walk away with a bogey for hole number 8. Our final hole is another par 5 with a dogleg to the left.
Oh, I did, yeah.
Unfortunately, my drive finds itself a little bit too far to the right and find myself under some trees. I do decide to go for it because I feel like I have a pretty good window, but of course I end up shanking it straight into the tree right in front of me, and I end up on the fringe of another hole. After an embarrassing ricochet, I decide to run over there, take out my pitching wedge, and just punch it back onto the fairway real quick. Going for things has definitely been my downfall this round, even though I'm still sitting at the best score I've ever had. Still trying my best to keep it tidy within 100 yards. I hit this one a little bit too far, ending on the back fringe of the green. The flat stick bails me out once again with another good long putt, securing yet another bogey for hole number 9. I was able to close out today's round at a score of 5 over par. This is a new record for me over my 1.5 years of golf. I tried my best to follow not as scratch golfers' keys to single-digit golf. Though I wasn't able to hold on, I was able to flirt with par for the first half. Going for hero shots is still an issue of mine, as well as my wedges within 100 yards. If you guys have made it this far, please consider leaving a like and subscribing down below. Thank you all for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.